Still very much square. Look at that. So, day 3. I usually prefer Thompson's, but this is what I got on hand. And there's all our brood trays. This hasn't been coated yet. It's coming with me right now. Anyway, so I've got the bottom done. I did everything along these edges and the outside edges, and the part that goes to the inside I didn't bother coating any of that. And I coated the entrance from both sides and the roof. That's going to get painted yet. I did the front and the sides already. I did the same with this one, all the way around the outside edges and the flat side there, but I left the inside part. I didn't bother with that. So there's the brood box, and the bottom is burnt wood, so I don't have to worry about coating that. And the top is also burnt wood, so all I really need to do is the outside sides. And with this stuff it says to start from the top, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm going rather thick with this stuff. Once I'm done, so I'm going to do the rest of it, and I'll get back to you when I do the rest of it. So those little things, I'm going to coat the inside of it first here. And this one I'm just going to set down with the screws facing down. Okay, I'm just going to stand it up like this. Probably should be wearing gloves because I'm touching this stuff, but I'm not. And last of all, float hive box. Trying to let it drip here off to the sides and the bottom a little bit first, and then I go over it with my brush and get what I can. This way it doesn't drip onto the glass. Can't have that. Alright, the worst one's done. So with this being in the sun, this is maybe 45 minutes later and it's very, very dry. So I'm just going to tape this off. Doesn't want to stick yet. Not gonna. Oop. That green stuff didn't work. I'm going to have to go on to the good stuff. going to close that up and I'll get back to you. And this blue just happens to be the one thing that we have kicking around. Actually, we have several colors, but Anne really liked the blue on a video that she saw, so blue it is. So now I'm going to flip it. Paint is kind of old and sputters a little bit. Not good. So I just put my second coat on. The can just ran out, so pretty much enough. It's going to end up a little speckled on the one side, but that'll do. So I'm just going to put the 8 frames in there that are supposed to be in there. There they are. These are the little latches for the observation window, but there's 2 screws, 2 springs, and the spring fits in there like that. So just when I thought I was recording, I wasn't. And I'm not using my drill for these. Just using a screwdriver, Star Phillips, and it's just nicely snug. Oh yeah, and that helps hold that in place. So look what I found. It's been sitting in my shed for a long time already, waiting for a use, for a purpose. And look at that. Pretty much fits right on there like it was made to go on there. And it has a little table on the side here. And there's the table, just missing some screws that are holding this together. Looks like it's an old rolly table from an old hospital of some sort. And comes complete with brakes. What that does is lifts the wheels off the ground and sets it back down when you let off the brake. So it's a good thing I keep all kinds of little things around. I found some screws that screwed in there nice. So let's try this table again. Now that the screws are all in there, that doesn't want to fold the way it's supposed to. It's supposed to go that way, like that. And this one didn't fold the right way either. There we go. And that makes a pretty solid little table. So I wasn't too sure how unstable this table would be. So I attached, you can probably see that screw right through there and there. There's a slot right there. And I just screwed the frame on just so that nothing's gonna ever fall off of here. Okay, so there it is, right next to the greenhouse. And right there is the entrance. Looks pretty good. I like it. So this is the assembled version of the flow hive. And today I'm going to be taking it apart. So at the time when I assembled this, I was trying to get a decent shot of me putting it together, and I had my camera way out of distance. So since I didn't get a good explanation of how to put this together, you put your bottom box in with your 10 frames. We did 9, and this is your tray, and you put your slider underneath here. Top goes on with the top hole closed, and this top piece goes on top of the Flow Hive Super, and down in between here is the queen excluder to keep the queen out of the super box. So the bees are getting a little feisty. So when you're setting up the flow hive, you put your 7 frames in here, and they're supposed to be pushed up tight to the front as far as you can get it. And I ended up having to put a little wooden spacer in behind here just so that these things would be pushed all the way forward, and it makes a nice seal in the front here.